Hi! What is up? For this week's video, I'm gonna show you how I edit my photos for the Instagram. On my computer, I use Photoshop and Lightroom. It is a little expensive, so I'm gonna show you what I use on my phone. It is ViscoCam. ViscoCam is a free app on your phone. And then I'm also gonna show you Afterlight. Afterlight is 99 cents, which is not that bad. Like, you can buy a bag of chips, you know, or a taco. So the first thing that I like to do first is get the photo onto the app and click on all the different filters. And as you can see, it starts off warm, and then it gets to black and white. My favorites so far on this app is P4 and P5. That's gonna give you more of the vintage look. I'm gonna choose P5. Now, I don't recommend going all the way to 12.0 because that's gonna look too filtered, like not professional. I always suggest to go around like 6.7, 7.0 really just looks more pleasing. You know what I mean? Those people that edit for Instagram and they put so many filters and so many light leaks, it just looks kind of gross. Over exaggerates, you know? You don't want to be too extra now. So let's go for 6.4, sounds about right. Then I am going to bump up the clarity just a little bit. You don't want to go too much. A little bit goes a long way. Then we're going to bump the highlights down a little bit to 2.5. And then shadows 0.6. I also like to mess around with the temperature and the tints as well. So I kind of want to go more towards the left side a little bit and get some green tones as well. I'm gonna go to skin tone. So if you go more towards the right side, it's gonna look more of a greenish, yellowish tone. If you go to the left side, it looks more of like a warm color. In this case, I kind of want to go more towards the greenish, yellowish tone. I like to add a little bit of grain, not too much because it might just look like, ugh. Let's do 5.0. I like that. And as you can see, we have the before and after. Now we're gonna add a little bit of the fade. And then I like messing with the tints a lot. So let's see. The tint, I don't want to add too much. Let's see. I low-key want to do like an orange tint on this one. So we added an orange tint, and then for the shadows, we're gonna do a 1.8. I noticed that a lot of fashion bloggers and some YouTubers also use ViscoCam, and they recommended it, so I really like this app a lot. For my next iPhone app, we are using Afterlight. Afterlight is one of my favorites. I like it especially for light leaks and for grain. I would stay away from the filters. That's my word. I don't like using the filters on Afterlight, but I do recommend the filters on ViscoCam. I'm gonna add some dust to the photo, and they have cool different options. So I did number 12 on the dust, and you can move it around. I like it like this. This looks great. And you can also change the opacity as well, which I like a lot. And then also, I'm not gonna add to this photo, but I do like that you can add light leaks as well, and you can change the color of the light leaks. So after I have edited with ViscoCam and Afterlight, I go into my Instagram real quick, and I'm gonna do the last finishing touches. Now you may be thinking, Arturo, this is too much, this is too technical, it's just Instagram. I know, but I'm really picky, and I feel like the more picky you are with your profile, the better it looks to other people. It's not scrambled, it's not messy, it just looks very pleasing. And we're gonna get the luxe, and in this case, I'm gonna go a little bit more towards the right side. You don't want to go too much or else it looks too contrasty. So we're gonna just go and leave it on 30. We're gonna move the contrast and then negatives, -17. Don't mess with structure. The warmth, I'm gonna leave it to -3. The colors, I'm gonna leave it to 7 because I like the blues. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of the shadow. And then more shadows. We're gonna sharpen it just a little bit. Let's do 10's fine. Now this is how I edit my photos on my iPhone. I use ViscoCam, Afterlight, and Instagram. And that's pretty much it. Now if you have Photoshop and Lightroom, or if you want to know how I edit with Photoshop and Lightroom, then stay tuned for the next part of the video. Before I import my photo onto Photoshop, I like to do basic edits, fix the exposure, the highlights, shadows, whites, and blacks, and I bump up the clarity just a little bit. I will be speeding up this process. If you would like a detailed tutorial on how I edit my photos on Lightroom and Photoshop, then please leave the comments down below and don't forget to subscribe. Love you and see you on my next video.